How many of these do you remember correctly? Prepare to question reality. Ever felt like you distinctly remember something only to find out it never happened that way? What if millions of people remembered the exact same wrong thing? Today, we're diving headfirst into the mind bending world of the Mandela Effect, a phenomenon that challenges everything we think we know about memory, history, and maybe even the very fabric of our existence. Is it just our brains playing tricks, or could there be something far stranger going on? Get ready to have your understanding of reality shaken. This whole wild ride began with a woman named Fiona Broome, a self proclaimed paranormal consultant. She was at a convention, chatting with others, and brought up her clear memory of Nelson Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s. She remembered news coverage, his funeral, and the grieving. The only problem? Nelson Mandela was very much alive at the time, eventually released from prison, and later became president of South Africa, passing away in 2013. What started as her personal vivid memory quickly became a shared experience when she realized many other people, strangers even, had the exact same false memory. They too remembered Mandela dying decades earlier. It was such a widespread shared misremembering that she coined the term the Mandela Effect, and from there the rabbit hole only got deeper. Since then, countless examples have surfaced, shaking our collective sense of what's real. Take the Berenstain Bears, for instance. For years, most of us remembered the beloved children's books as the Berenstain Bears, spelled with an E. But if you check any official source, it's always been Berenstain with an A. Or how about the classic cartoon series Looney Tunes? Many people swear it was Looney Tunes, as in cartoons. Nope, it's always been tunes, like music. Even something as seemingly concrete as the Monopoly Man is part of this. You picture him, right? Top hat, fancy suit, and a monocle. Except he never had a monocle, not ever. These aren't just isolated mistakes, these are mass illusions. So what's behind it? Some say it's simply our brains playing tricks, creating false memories, or being influenced by others. Others wonder if it points to something far more profound, like parallel universes bleeding into our own, causing small, subtle shifts in our shared reality. It's a question that keeps a lot of people up at night. Now, let's talk about something sweet, a Kit Kat bar. Quick, picture the logo in your head. Is there a little dash between Kit and Kat? Most people would say yes, absolutely. But here's the kicker, there's never been a dash. It's always just been Kit Kat. It's an incredibly common misremembering that highlights just how easily our minds can construct details that simply aren't there. Imagine going up to people on the street and asking them if they remember the dash. The sheer number of confident yeses you'd get, despite the reality, is pretty astonishing. It really makes you wonder how many other small details we know are actually inventions of our own minds, or maybe something else entirely. The Mandela effect isn't just about brand names, it also invades our most cherished pop culture moments. Think about one of the most iconic movie lines ever from Star Wars: Luke, I'm your father. Goosebumps, right? Except that's not the line. Darth Vader actually says, No, I am your father. It's a small change, but a huge number of people misremember it the same way. Or Casablanca's Play It Again, Sam. Nope, never said. The actual line is Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by. These misquotes become so ingrained in our collective memory that they often overshadow the real lines, showing how stories evolve in our minds, sometimes away from their original form. It even messes with geography. There are people who vividly remember New Zealand being in a different spot on the map, often further north or east of Australia, not quite where it consistently appears today. Or people swear that South America used to be positioned directly south of North America, not shifted as far east as it is now. These aren't just minor details, they're entire landmasses. While maps can get updated, these memories aren't about an old map version. They're about a fundamental understanding of world geography that seems to have shifted for them. It's hard to wrap your head around how so many people could misremember the layout of continents. So, what's the deal here? Are we truly experiencing glitches in the matrix, or is there a more grounded explanation? Psychologists point to a few key factors. One big one is confirmation bias. Once you hear about a Mandela effect, your brain starts looking for more examples, and suddenly you might convince yourself you remember it differently too. Then there's the power of leading questions or suggestions. If I ask, Do you remember the dash in Kit Kat? I've already planted the idea. Our memories aren't like perfect video recordings, they're reconstructive. Each time we recall something, we're rebuilding it, and new information or even old biases can creep in and change the details. And in the age of the internet, online communities play a huge role. When thousands of people share the same false memory, it creates a powerful echo chamber that reinforces the belief, making it feel more real and widespread than it might have been initially. As one psychologist might say, our brains are incredible storytellers, and sometimes those stories are more compelling than the actual facts. Det som woke in this nasi. It's a fascinating dance between individual psychology and collective experience, showing how easily our perceived reality can be influenced.